Here's an unintended consequence of not drinking. About a year and a couple of months ago, my wife and I stopped drinking. She wanted to just stop. And I thought, well, rather than have me supping on beers and sucking back bourbon and cola, I will stop out of support for her. So I stopped drinking. Now you think that I would feel fantastic, I would have lost weight, I'd be fit and super and full of life. No, in fact, I've put on weight and I've had a much more joyless year, but by the by, I'm sure it must be good for me, right? My liver must be better. I can jump into the car and drive sober anytime. I know I'm sober. It's absolutely fine. I can go and pick up the kids. I can be much more use around the place. It's got to be a good thing. But there's one thing they don't tell you about when you stop drinking, and that is all of a sudden, you've got to face your shite. You see, over summer, and you may have noticed I haven't been putting a lot of videos up, over summer I went through a pretty darn dark patch. You'd probably call it some form of depression. And I wasn't coping well at all. I was quiet, I was dull, I was anxious, I was afraid, I wasn't sleeping, I was no fun. I couldn't remember the last time I laughed. I had no energy to do anything. I thought maybe I'm just burned out. But no, it was to do with the non-drinking. Now you think turning around and dealing with your stuff would be a good thing, right? No, it's not. Especially when you haven't got that old faithful alcohol to fall back on. And if you like, it's another mask that you could just put over and it would hide your problems and you just drink them away and they'd bury themselves further and further down. So when something comes along and you haven't got that to fall back on, you have to kind of just deal with it there and then. And that ain't so easy. Because in my case, I've been drinking since I was about 16. And my coping mechanisms for anything that happened when I was afraid or gave me a fright or anything all came from my childhood. So that was the last time I coped with something when I wasn't drinking. And so I did what many more middle-aged males should do, and I went and got professional help. I know, I'm the guy that tells people how to live their lives. I'm the happiest man in the world, right? I went and got counselling. And I'm not ashamed to tell you, I was absolutely crapping myself. Best thing I've ever done. Because he gave me the chairs exercise. And the chairs exercise is when you put two chairs facing each other in a room like that, and they're sitting there. And you sit on one of them, and you are adult you. And you talk about a situation that has happened. Say someone's given you a hard time, and you have these feelings, and you're trying to piece these feelings together. You go back in your mind and you think, when did this happen to me as a child? Now, in the other chair is you as a child. So you look at your child and you go, what did it feel like when that happened to you? And you actually swap chairs and you go into that chair and you say, God, I felt horrible. I felt afraid. I feel scared. I feel like no one loves me. I feel like someone's going to catch me. I just want to hide under the bed. Then you go back into your own chair as you, as the adult, and you talk to yourself as a child and you say, what do you need? What can I give you as adult you? And you come in, and in my case, it was this. It was like, you know what? I just want someone to tell me it's going to be okay. I just want someone to grab me by the hand and say, everything's going to be all right. This will pass. And so then you go back into your adult chair and you say, all right, I'll give you that. This will pass. And you go back into your chair as a child and whoomph, it's incredible. Tears, snot, the works. Unbelievable. That feeling just disappears. It's unbelievable. So now, when something happens to me, I go, this will pass. It's going to be okay. It's almost like adult me talking to child me. I know it sounds a little bit woo-woo, but by crikey, it's a much healthier coping mechanism than I could find in any bottle. It was unbelievable. So just be warned, if you're going to give up drinking, you're going to have to turn around and not only face the traumas as they hit you, but those old past ones are going to come up and they're just going to go, blah, and you're going to have to deal with those as well. So be warned, get help, get someone else to give you a hand to cope with this stuff. God, I went a bit deeper than I thought it would go. Sorry about that.